Here's the thing that nobody tells you. Discipline is about showing up when it feels hardest. Once I learned how to do that, everything shifted. In this video, I'm gonna share 3 shifts that help you stay disciplined, even on the days you don't feel like it. You know those days where you wake up and you already know exactly what you should be doing, but somehow the whole day slips away? You're scrolling on your phone, you're reorganizing your desk, and you're cleaning things that don't even need cleaning. Basically doing everything except the thing that you promised yourself you would do. You keep telling yourself, I'll start in an hour, but then that hour never actually comes. And by the end of the day, you feel that frustration, like you broke a promise to yourself again. Here's the truth. Discipline is built on the days where everything in you wants to avoid it and you still show up. That's where your identity actually shifts. You need to forget perfect consistency. You need messy consistency. Your discipline doesn't have to look the same every single day. Some days you're in the zone, checking things off your list, and other days you're just getting through the basics. The trap is thinking that discipline only counts when the effort is this big thing. But messy consistency is about keeping the promise even if the version is small. Some days it's the full routine. Other days it's the simplest possible version. But either way, you're still showing up. And that small, messy version builds more long-term discipline than the perfect version ever will, because it proves to you that you're someone who shows up no matter what. But that showing up identity fails the minute you feel overwhelmed, unless you have a bare minimum system. Here's the shift that will stop you from constantly restarting. You need a bare minimum version of your habits for the days that you don't feel like it. So when you wake up tired or overwhelmed, it's so easy to slide into that mindset of, if I can't do it all right now, I won't do it at all. And that's what makes it harder to stay consistent. But the bare minimum system breaks that pattern. It gives you a simple way to keep going even when you're not in the mood. That might be choosing a short workout class instead of doing the long one, or just making your bed instead of cleaning your whole room, or sending one email when you just don't have the energy for a full work session. It's small on purpose because the goal isn't the size of the action. The goal is to keep the identity alive that you are someone who still shows up. This literally happened to me just the other day. I went to get on my new Peloton, I saw the screen, and I immediately just checked out. My brain was like, nope, go back to bed, skip it. And I know you've probably had those moments too, where you're standing in front of something that you said that you would do, and your whole body is like, absolutely not. The old me would have just walked right out the room. But instead, I gave myself the smallest possible version, just a 5-minute warm up. That's what I told myself. And doing that tiny thing mattered more than any big routine would have, because it proved to me that I didn't abandon myself the second things got uncomfortable. And if you've ever struggled with follow through on your low days, this is exactly the kind of shift that will help you stay consistent. And when you have that bare minimum system, you don't feel like you're starting over every time. You keep momentum alive even on your lowest days. But all that momentum and self-trust is literally useless if you waste all of your energy before you even start. That's why you have to master reducing decisions. Stop leaving decisions for the moment, because when you do, you give your mood way too much power. And on low energy days, your brain will always pick the easiest option, which means usually avoiding the task. You're not incapable of staying disciplined. Your decision-making energy is just literally depleted. Psychologists call this decision fatigue. It's the idea that the more choices that you make throughout the day, the more drained your brain becomes, and the worse your decisions get. That's why you might actually grab junk food at the end of the day or skip the workout that you planned. But when you pre-decide your plan, you remove that negotiation with yourself. You don't spend energy debating on what to do, and you just follow the plan and not your mood. Pause for a second and think, what's one decision you could pre-make right now that would save you energy tomorrow? Something I've started to do is booking my workouts classes on Sunday, and so they're just locked in for the week. And I've already started scheduling a reoccurring time block in my calendar for the work that I want to get done. Those decisions are already made, and so when the day comes, you don't waste your energy just arguing with yourself, and you just show up. So when you bring these 3 things together, messy consistency, a bare minimum system, and just fewer in the moment decisions, you start becoming someone who follows through even on the low mood days. And that's the version of you who grows. Not the perfect days, the ordinary ones. Because discipline is about building trust with yourself, one small promise at a time. I want to leave you with this. You don't have to feel disciplined every single day. That's normal. What matters is giving yourself the grace to keep going even when it feels hard. And some days will be stronger and some days will be lighter. But every time you show up, you're proving to yourself that you could trust your own follow through. So be kind to yourself and keep practicing. And remember that discipline grows in the small steps. By the way, if this is your first time seeing me, my name is Martha and my channel is all about helping women become the best version of themselves. If you want more tools to help you stay disciplined, subscribe and be part of this journey with me.